If I say something, oh, remember that time we went to this restaurant, but it wasn't with her, it was with someone else. She says something like, oh, sorry, I don't remember. It must have been with your other girlfriends. Do you think there's a number that's too high for you?
Do I think there's a number that's too high for me?
You date a guy and you ask, hey, how many people have you slept with? And they hit you with a number. You're like, oh.
There's not a number that's too high for me personally.
So like 1,000.
Well, that's crazy.
Because you have to behave a certain way to get that much.
That's the more concerning part.
I think guys are taught to be not jealous. But the thing is, I've heard this from girls. Girls like it when their guys are a little jealous as well.
I do.
It's very confusing. I'm so sorry, viewers.
You no way you're saying it like
listeners.
this.
Welcome to another episode of We Were Fighting Before
Stop,
This.
you're actually sabotaging me right now.
I'm here with Yvonne, but she clearly has better things to do than to engage in conversation. She's on her phone.
Is this the right one?
Tapping away. Just you were going to say something.
So Toast, you spend some time on Reddit. What have you read recently or in the past year or two? Things that stand out to you?
That has helped or been significant? Nothing really. Nothing that really affects my life. Like I think to myself, if I read something, had I just read it like a week later, like why did I have to go on my phone at dinner to get this information? Did it help me in this information, or could I have just waited until when I got home and it's like, oh, before bed I'm gonna scroll. It's like, oh, funny cat video, something about the election in New York. Doesn't affect me, right? So when I went to England, I had kind of a social media purge, and I come back after a month of not being on social media. It's like nothing has changed. It's all the same thing. And not being on your phone as a streamer or someone who was on social media so much, it feels like, withdrawal. It's like, oh, I'm not in the know. I don't know what's happening. Like, this is bad because I need to be in the know. And then after a month, it's like, I come back and I ask Scar, hey, what happened the last month? He's like, nothing. So what have I read on Reddit? It's mostly politics. I think Reddit is really bad for you if you just read the regular subs. I think Reddit's only good if you go into the hyper niche subreddits for like a specific interest you're in, like a specific video game. Other than that, it just becomes like the Reddit stereotype of neckbeards and cringe lords is very true, unless you're in a very hyper specific subreddit.
I find Reddit is very good for when you have like a really specific problem and somebody else has also had it, and then they're like, hey, has anyone had like, and then it happens for me when I look for like a recipe, oddly enough, or like baking or like some thing with the airline. It's like, has anyone ever not been able to check in their luggage like at blah, blah, blah. And it's like, oh yeah. And so that I think is great.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, Ellis, like I've never been on LSF before, and this is the most I've ever like been on it because of all the stuff that's been happening. So I don't even think that's good. It just gets recommended because that pops up. And then now I get other drama Reddit threads that pop up. There's this one that like they snark on like these Asian influencers and stuff. It's it started popping up, and then it reminds me of, you remember like a blog post like a really long time ago that some of our friends have talked about, like I forgot, was it like not Pretty Little Liars, but something along the lines of that, where they were just very mean and critical of people online. But there's a Reddit for that, which I'm not surprised by, I guess, but I just never came across it before, or like it just never crossed my mind that something like that exists.
Yeah, there's always gonna be a community for people who wanna talk drama, talk tea about anything, like what reality TV show is Love is Blind or Love Island. They're going on 20 seasons strong, and it's always so much fun. Like I consume that content, and these people kind of who are online, especially now that TikTok exists, you get access to those contestants so directly. 20 years ago on, Survivor, you see someone who's annoying on a show, it doesn't matter. You're like, oh, this guy sucks. And you move on with your life. Yeah. Nowadays, it's like, I'm going to send an Instagram DM to this person to tell them to kill themselves.
Yeah.
Which happens to almost every contestant on reality TV shows. And that's kind of what you're signing up for now, because I don't remember the players from Survivor all those years ago. But nowadays, every reality TV show is a launching pad for influencer career.
Yeah.
So a lot of people go on these shows to be really controversial so that they can become an influencer, but it almost never lasts. Like this past season of Love Island, everyone was talking about it. I think 3 of them tried to become Twitch streamers. One of them, I'm not sure if I told this story, but there's one guy called Jeremiah.
Yeah.
Really popular, has been collabing with people in the scene. I've been on stream with him. I check his chat history in my chat and he's banned.
That was so funny when you told me that. I was just like, you banned him? And he's just like he's like a chatter.
He's a chatter. Like, I'm watching this show, Love Island, reality TV, and this young man, you know, I thought he was a great contestant. It's like, oh, this is my favorite guy, and he gets eliminated. And I see him at a party. It's like, this is surreal.
And he was like, disguised toast.
I was like, oh my God, disguised toast. I love your Hearthstone stuff. I'm like, what is happening right now? And then I check his chat. It's like, this guy's been chatting my chat for like 3 years until he got banned because he made a comment about something stupid. It was something silly. He didn't say anything crazy.
It's so funny.
And yeah, he's a Twitch streamer now. So a lot of these reality TV show are influencer career starters. But back to the point where, yeah, people just love talking about other people online. And it was pretty bad. I know the forum you were talking about like 10 years ago.
I know. Well, the problem with that is not only like, I totally get like gossip and rumors, you want like who's dating who or like all this stuff, right? But when I read some of like the threads, it felt very mean girl, like just, or mean guys, like just very, it didn't even make sense. Like when you read it, you can tell it comes from a place of intense jealousy or judgment that isn't even within reason. Like it feels very junior high, like kids typing.
You say mean girls or mean guys, but when I read those comments, it's like 80% girls.
Yeah, for those, I did see a lot of girls for that, but I don't.
And it's mostly girls on girls.
Yeah, they don't talk about the guys.
Yeah.
They talk about the girls.
Yeah, they do. They are. It is a lot of girl on girl. And I think for guys, it's different. Guys, when they type, it's like way more misogynistic. And then girls have like the snarky.
They know where to
jealousy
go. It's like, oh, her eyeshadow. Oh, her hair.
Who was that TikToker, the girl who got canceled, the Asian girl, Hoemgirl?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Did you hear about that?
Mm-mm.
There's this TikToker who she posts a lot of videos of her family. So her mom making food, kimchi, and like all this looks great. The food looks delicious. And then she started a podcast with her husband, and her husband, they end up diving into their relationship and talked about things that made him look really poor to the audience. So it would be something like he didn't have a job, and he's a pastor. He's a pastor. There is an age difference. And just a bunch of things that it was intense. It was like for 2 weeks, it was all people talked about.
They basically coined him as like a deadbeat dad. And and I think that's quite popular now on like the hate forums, or people hating on stay-at-home dads, or, you know, they just want to call them like a deadbeat guy. Mm-hmm. I mean, it was really, really intense for 2 weeks. I felt like that was all I was seeing. That was like mostly what Asian girls or Asian TikTok was seeing.
Yeah, it was rough.
She was pregnant at the time.
Yeah, they were criticizing. I don't even know if this is true, because I think they like said it or I don't know, whatever, or something about it wasn't just him being like not having a job, but apparently he like went to Vegas during some other trip. But then that also might have not been true, but that fueled a lot of like, oh, not only do you not take care of your pregnant wife, or like you're playing video games until like 5 a.m. and she has to sleep outside and like all this stuff. It was crazy. I just think doing the podcast maybe was not a good idea for them then, but which is why like I think after that, he's not in a lot of her content anymore. But I feel bad for, I don't know. It felt very fueled and extreme. Like, did it have to be that way? I don't know. But people did feel I guess people just had a strong sense of like justice for her.
Here's my question for
Yeah.
you ladies. Are you guys familiar with the crabs in the bucket mentality?
Crabs in the
Crabs in a bucket.
Where do you get these like
No,
titles? I don't know where these
like the camel and
like, is it a
the bridge
hashtag
or
you
something
see on TikTok? Because I've never heard of these things before.
So many stories.
The crab in the bucket mentality is when you throw a bunch of crabs in a bucket, and one crab, you know, they're all in this giant pile, and one crab's like trying to get out of the bucket, but because of the way they are, they're just trying to hold on to something. They end up, anytime a crab rises to the top and tries to like break through, other crabs are like, hey, where you going, buddy? Come back here. It's essentially this idea of like, even though they're all on the same team, they don't like it when one person succeeds too much. Would you, I'll position like this. I think guy hating on girls is usually very obvious, like misogynistic, has the subtlety of a hammer. It's like, stupid bitch, go home. But girls hating on girls, from what I've seen in my 8 years, is like, it's really underhanded, like subtle, and even more toxic than how guys hate on girls in a way. And especially when it comes to just female-female relationship. Also in the creator space where you're constantly being compared to others. And I've seen it manifest like when I'm hanging out with some friends and they would talk about another girl, and it's usually like, oh wow, this is so much more layered than guy beefing with other guys or girl beefing with guys. Like girl on girl is intense.
Yeah, I don't know if it, like how much of it has to do with it, but it what definitely plays a part is obviously how we sometimes have felt like, without even wanting to, like internal like competition with each other, because you're trying to pine for like either male attention or some type of attention to have, like because you're insecure or you need something to find value in yourself. And a lot of society, like, I don't know, it's like it feels like you have so much more power, or feels like whatever, if you have a lot of like validation from people or males.
Have you felt like a girl has done this to you, or have you done this to another girl before?
Oh, definitely. Like growing up, I think you don't realize it. Like, oh, I mean, you know, I was a big pick me without even realizing I was a pick me. Like before the term even came out and everything, it's like so hard to be self-aware of that. Like growing up, I had like, it was weird though, because for me, growing up as an only child, all I ever wanted was like a mutual best friend who wanted me or who liked me as much as I liked her. And I liked that more than like, I cared about that more than like any guys or whatever the heck. Like I just, like my best friend who was a girlfriend, she was like I loved them. But as I got older, I encountered things where like obviously you're younger, you're meaner as a kid, or you have more jealousy that it's harder for you to control or contain. And so I came across like girls who were jealous, and they would act on that when that happened, and it made me feel very like, oh, I don't like this. And it made me like stay away from girls in a way because of that. And then you don't, and then you get in the whole like, yeah, girls are more too complicated and like guys are so much more chill. And then like that's like pick me part of it, right? But like it's because you also had experiences of that. So it's very hard to, I guess, realize you're in that kind of not right mindset, I guess. And then also for me, at least, League of Legends happened, and then it was all these guys who end up comparing the girls. Oh my god, this girl's like hot and she's good, or like all this stuff like on Twitch, and it just goes crazy. And suddenly you're competing because you want to be the like girl who's better at League of Legends or whatever it is. I felt all of that, but I didn't. It oddly wasn't until Valorant happened, weirdly enough, that like I was like, oh, this is so much better when like all the girls are like hyping each other up and like being like, yeah, like we're we can all be like awesome and everything. I don't know why Valorant kind of changed that for me. But it sucked because I didn't like the way I felt about my own friends. I didn't like the way that I just was not aware of it.
Yeah, I mean, League of Legends is just super toxic, especially way back when, at the beginning of it, where you get a bunch of guys. It's like, oh, she's cool. She's one of the boys, and then another
that makes you feel good.
Yeah, and then another girl comes in. They're like, oh, she's cool, and it's just a very unhealthy environment. I think Valorant was easier because there was almost no expectation on the girls. Like if they are, we're all starting at a low rank in this new game. But in League of Legends, like you're pretty high ranked. Like Lily was high ranked, but rank is often used against women in League of Legends as well. It's like, oh, she's a real gamer. It's like, oh, she's not a real gamer. This is a real girl gamer. But it's totally understandable. And I think boys back then, even now, I'm sure the thing is, all the things we went through 10 years ago, 20 years ago, you just know is happening now in Valorant as well, in Marvel Rivals, in new games where there's just one cool gamer girl and a bunch of guy friends. And then an appearance of another girl, suddenly the relationship between the two girls is really competitive. And I think at some level, both of them is like, oh, we should be friends and be chill with each other, but there's just so much guy attention in play.
Exactly. I don't know how to describe it, but it's just like that just naturally created like competition, and like you want to be just liked and really adored, and then it's just like, damn, how is this turn into all of a sudden now I'm competing with her in a way, or feeling that way? It's not a good feeling. Who wants to ever feel that? But it helped with way more girls coming into the scene. That helped so much, because I think with fewer girls, it felt like the competition was so much more like intense or obvious. But then now it's like, oh, there's so many of us. Doesn't matter. We're all like good. No. This is intense early days.
So there's a pick-me girl. Like there's that stereotype or that type. What about a pick-me guy? Do you think that exists? Do you think you are one, Toast, or you've ever been one?
There was a recent TikTok movement with the performative male. I think that's kind of similar, where it's a guy who acts really like one of the girlies. Pick me guys?
Yeah, they're like the ones who mostly have a lot of female friends versus guy friends, and they can't. I mean, I think that's, but it's like if you only have girlfriends.
Because what's a pick me girl, right? Like they say Kendall Jenner is a pick me, like archetype. So that would be kind of like, oh, I'm not a girly girl. Like I don't wear makeup, and like I hang out with the guys. Like that's what like online says a pick me girl kind of, falls into sometimes.
I know there are pick me guys because a guy has described to me before a pick me guy.
What do you remember what he said? He
said that it's like, you extra like, oh no, I feel you guys like so much, and not in like a genuine way, but in like almost like I craving for female attention the same way, like if it's a girl pining for male attention, it's the same, but like just reverse.
It's really hard to define a pick me guy, because like if a guy said that, I think most girls would be like, you're fucking weird, dude.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's weird when a guy, because I think girls can have guy interests like gaming, which back then is more of a guy interest. Nowadays it's more even. But I think if a man went to a bunch of ladies, it's like, oh, I care so much about women's rights and reproductive control. That would also just be like, oh, that's kind of weird if he starts reading, Michelle Obama's book in front of you. So I don't know what a pick-me guy looks like.
I think that kind of is it, like more performative. No,
but you can suss that out from a mile away, and other guys won't be threatened by that guy because it's like you're just such different kinds of men.
Yeah, but girls can also suss out pick-me girls. I think you could.
Guys don't really care about pick-me girls. Is romantic interest a part of this? Because if a guy is like showing extra attention to a lot of girls, my first thought would be like he doesn't care about attention. He wants to hook up with them.
So I looked this up. Pick me man. It's someone who seeks validation, often from women, by using tactics like emotional manipulation, self-deprecation, or pretending to have progressive views they don't actually hold. So, for example, I'm so ugly, I'm not like other guys, or
actually, you know what? Yeah, I've experienced this from a guy. You just triggered something in me by describing that. He would be like, no, like I'm not that attractive and all this, or he would also say he does seek a lot of validation, and it feels like he has no opinion of his own. It's kind of like he would just, anything that you say, he's like, oh yeah, like say you like Labubus, he's like, oh, I like these too, like they're so cute. Like everything is, he's following after,
he's fishing
constantly.
He's also fishing, because by him saying like, I don't think I don't have the looks or something like that, like what do you expect someone to say? Yeah, you don't.
Yeah. I mean, it just sounds like loser behavior, like low confidence. I think most girls, the thing is, if they saw a guy like that or interacting with, it's like, ew.
Yeah, but I don't think they realize they're giving off.
They don't realize
that feeling,
it, yeah.
Which is,
like the hands in the pocket. I guess no one will like me. Or the way they confess, like they won't even say I like you. They're like, oh, I have a crush on someone. I think you know this person. I wouldn't jump. I feel bad because I'm sure there's a lot of guys like that who.
No, there's a difference, because they're girls. It's the same thing. Everyone has insecurities, and you could be really genuine about your insecurities. It's just when you take it a little too far, or like you're making the other person feel like, oh, this is a lot. Like that's when I feel like it.
Yeah, I that definitely goes more into just an insecure person. Mm-hmm. Pick me guys. From all my interaction, whenever I notice a guy, okay, this guy shows extra attention to the girls and don't really interact with the guys. I've seen it before, and it feels like a lot of times it's just this guy wants to hook up with a lot of girls, or validates himself with the attention of whether or not a girl would be into him. Mm-hmm. Like there's something I struggle with, which is like a lot of my close relationships are generally with girls, but not guys. I don't want to hook up with any of them.
I think it's different. Yeah. I get that though. That's actually pretty common, because you can have a lot of, I don't know, girls very emotionally intelligent oftentimes, and you can talk to them about things. I think that's perfectly fine. And I've heard from a lot of my guy friends too. It's funny, like when you hang out, there has to be like an activity. You don't just like hang out, right? So it's hard for you. And then, but at the same time, you're doing the activity. So sometimes you don't always talk because you know.
Yeah. I hung out with John once, Masayoshi, and we went hiking.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, we're doing something. And then we're just talking while we're hiking.
Yeah.
I can't imagine sitting down with John and talking. Yeah. But because we're hiking, so we can just like, if there's a silence, oh, hey, watch out for that rock.
I know.
There's a snake over there, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the thing with guys. I think we just need an activity. Like whenever I'm left alone with a guy, it's just the two of us sitting, my uncomfortableness really starts raising, because it's like I don't know how to interact with you, even though like I love the person and like respect them so much. It's like I don't know how to be myself.
Because there's a pressure to keep like a flow of interaction that feels natural.
Yeah.
Like,
so when you're with Skara,
even Skara sometimes
you don't know what like.
Well, Skara helps a lot. Skara yaps a lot.
Yeah, Skara is really easy because he just loves talking.
Yeah.
And I don't have to carry the conversation. I would just say yeah, or like I can say 10% and he can say 90%, and it works really well.
Yeah.
And Skara knows this about me. He knows I'm not a big talker. But if it's anyone like a little outside that circle, it's like ooh, like I feel it with Michael sometimes. A lot of guys who aren't yappers. Yeah, it's something I still haven't figured out why. I think it's just a practice thing. and also just setting up more activities. Because yeah, guys they just cannot sit and talk. Something needs to be happening.
The only time I have ever seen guys like set aside time to sit and talk is when something really intense happens. Like it's actually so serious that they're like, I need to talk to you. And that's the only time that I've ever seen that happen. Otherwise, it's what...
American guys, it's like they're bros, like there's like the fraternity bros.
Yeah, that's weird.
And like they don't even like, they would prioritize the guys, the bros over the girls, and I feel like them talking to girls is almost like there's a huge distance between that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you think this is like just like an Asian male archetype also? Maybe?
Yeah, 100%. I think, guys are already not used to talking about emotions, but like Asian culture also reinforces that. When I think about frats, because I'm from Canada and I immigrated at a pretty like older age, the idea of frats is just absolutely foreign to me. Fraternities, like I can't believe this. Like, what is this? Is this a club? When people first talked about it, it's like, nah, it's like a club and you're all dudes and you guys like...
I know. I had to also learn about it through friends and people that I dated, like what a fraternity is. And then there's like all male ones, all female sororities. And then there's a mixed ones too. Like the business ones can be mixed. And then there's like hazing. Yeah. And pledges and then other whatever stuff you have to do.
Yeah. I think when it's good, I assume it can be like really cool to have like close male relationships, but also sometimes toxic male culture, like, hey, you better do this or you're a pussy. It's probably more American culture than anything. I saw a TikTok the other day and it was like an Asian frat. And that is even more strange to me as well, because it almost feels like, oh, you're trying to copy like white people, so you're trying to like make it frat that's inclusive of Asians. Because I imagine as an Asian person, the idea of joining a frat is also quite daunting. But then that's maybe my own internalized racism of like, oh, you guys are trying to be white people, or they're just trying to create an environment where they grew up and they have fraternities where they're from, so they want one where it's like people like them. But fraternities, sororities as a concept to me feels so strange of just being bros and friends.
Would you guys survive?
I wouldn't. I would have to...
Like an Asian fraternity, Toast? Like
even an Asian one, like unless they're playing video games, I imagine people who are in Asian fraternities are Kevin ones. Of spiked hair. Well, nowadays nobody do spiked hair anymore. It's permed hair now, broccoli hair, and they're all wearing a black t-shirt. I don't think I would survive.
I think I would survive, but I have heard of some scary... I don't think pledge is the right word, but there's something where like you do challenges or like you write letters and stuff, and sometimes you could get like basically flamed or roasted right in front of everybody. Like the person who's in charge can like roast your paper and like yell at you, rip it in front of you, and you might cry. So I don't know if I could survive that.
Sororities seem scarier than fraternities.
They got a lot of rules.
Oh yeah, I don't like the rules or like learning. I don't know. You have to learn handshake sequence, all this kind of stuff. I don't know. But I think if I was in school and my friends wanted to join, I would. I'm sheep. I would do it.
Do girls think about how to be more attractive on a regular basis? I was talking to one of my gal friends and she's like, oh yeah, I feel like a lot of my mental load, in the creator space, like on a weekly basis, I'm always thinking, how can I be more attractive? Like, can I do my makeup better? Can I dress better? Can I get in better shape? Can I do my hair better? Like, it's a constant toll on her, and she kind of wishes she doesn't feel that way. Because as guys, we don't think about how to be more attractive. I feel like for guys, it's very straightforward. Hit the gym. Maybe dress better. Like, we can't do much. Like,
a lot of that does go gym.
Yeah, gym.
I would say that it depends. I think for someone whose content, like if you're a content creator and your content is more, like, I don't know if suggestive is a word, or if it you do rely on your appearance a lot. Maybe I can't say for me because I don't feel like I ever really put my appearance much in the equation when I feel like with my content, it's always been mostly like gaming and stuff. But of course you want to be attractive because you feel like that helps, right? And so I think it was more of a me thing, feeling attractive. It's like I would have moments even now where I feel like I haven't felt attractive in a while. I'm like, I don't know if it's my style. I don't know if it's like the way I dress or my body or anything, or maybe all of it. And I'm like, I need to do something to make me feel better. And that's what I think. I don't do it so much. Of course, at times it's both. You feel like you're doing it for content or audience and yourself. And then sometimes it's just for yourself. Sometimes like you do it so you don't seem scruffy all the time. But I think it's different depending on what you're doing with social media. Maybe that affects your mental a lot.
Do you ever feel that way, Chelsea?
Yeah. I mean, I think universally, if I were to speak upon many girls, it's this pressure of, especially with social media, regardless if you're an influencer or not, you see all these girls who are, they're this thin, or, they have these curves, or they're wearing this bag, or, this new, everything is so fast. So, I mean, like when I used to be in fashion, I just feel like it was definitely like very apparent, like you need to look good. You need to be up to date with fashion. You can't be behind. You can't be like repeating outfits. You need to blah, blah, blah. And I think it's just a universal thing. Whether you are 18 or you're like 28, you have this list of things where like, this is your current community and this is what they're doing. You want to be at that top 1%, or you see that top 1%, you might want to, it kind of rubs off on you. I think like it's social media. It's so unhealthy to feel that way. I'm at this stage in my life where I'm just like, it comes and goes. But I'm like, what am I going to do? I'm like pushing 30.
It comes and goes, yeah, for me too.
Like, what are you going to do about it? Like, I'm going to be 30 soon, or like in 2 years. And I think it's just like learning to accept day by day. It's obviously not an overnight thing. But I feel for the girls of this generation. It's not easy. Because I think back to high school and Instagram. We just had Instagram, right? It was so much easier because you didn't have that much fed to you. And like the only YouTubers that we were watching were just like the very few makeup artists out there. So
I feel that more, I guess, a combination of work and the guy that I'm seeing. So I have felt that actually a lot, that I wasn't attractive enough with a guy. It was weird. This guy that I was dating made me feel both at the same time like super attractive to him, but also super unattractive compared to like girls that I used to see him like photos of and stuff. So it was like very polarizing, because when we were together, he was like nonstop complimenting me. He was actually really nice to me and like made me feel flattered all the time. But then I remember like that when I did see like girls' photos that he liked before, I was like, I do not look like that. Like they're either so thin, or they're just like busty, or they're so like pretty, like all this like model types. I'm like, I don't look like that. And I'm like, I'm not your type. And that made me feel deeply insecure. And that made me feel like I have to be, not that I have to be, but I just wanted so badly to be more attractive. Yeah.
To the guy.
Yeah, to that guy specific. I wasn't trying to impress everyone else. I had this like just want for that, oddly. And I had a lot of retroactive jealousy. Have you ever experienced that?
Mm-mm.
Well, happy for you. Do you know what it is?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay. It's when retroactive jealousy is when you are jealous of something that happened in the past. So like say the guy I was seeing slept with X amount of girls, or like was talking to X amount of girls, and then I would have retroactive jealousy where I'm just like, how could you say that to her? Like how did you, we didn't know each other yet, but how dare you? Not how dare you, but you know what I mean? Like it's just like doesn't feel good when you're thinking about it. You're putting yourself in his shoes in the moment. You're like, you like this. Yeah, I felt that a lot. You never felt that when the girl will tell you like, oh yeah, like this guy did, or like we did this, or
not retroactive jealousy. do you think it's similar to like if you ask your partner how much people they slept with, and it's like 30? It's like, whoa, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, and then you think of all the vaginas that he's
Oh my
seen.
God.
Is that what you think about?
No, I didn't say that. I took that from my friend who said
I think
that.
some guys for sure think about that. It's like, oh, you took a lot of dick. I can't date you because you're defiled now.
Yeah.
Which I think is, I mean, it's a preference thing, obviously. Like if you want your partners to have under 5 sexual experience, that's your prerogative. Do you think there's a number that's too high for you?
Do I think there's a number that's too high for me?
It's like you date a guy and you ask, hey, how many people have you slept with? And they hit you with a number. You're like, oh.
My friends have asked me this before. Yeah. If this person was the love of my life and they made me feel great in every way, and this was like the one thing, I could get over that. Even if it was like 200 people. I genuinely think that if it was the perfect person, like, or not perfect, is not the word, but like, they could make me feel okay about it, even if I had insecurities. I think like if I had insecurities about it and they're very good with dealing with it over and over, there would become a time where I'm like, oh, it like doesn't bother me as much anymore. Enough time has passed and you've helped me a lot. And there's not a number that's too high for me personally, I think.
So like 1,000.
Well, that's crazy. Then I would be like, how did you have the
Yeah, it's not
time?
necessarily the amount of vagina. It's like, what do you do that has led you? Because you have to behave a certain way to get that much.
That's the more concerning part. It's not even about the girls.
Yeah, it's not the
I'm not
what does it
jealous of
represent?
that. Yeah, that's the thing.
Because 1,000 partners, and I'm sure there are people out there with 1,000 partners.
I would struggle with that though, because I think for me, I've actually, which might be odd to some people, I'm not sure, but I had more retroactive jealousy over the hookups than the girlfriends.
Oh,
I actually do like respect and do not care like about ex-girlfriends or anything like that. I actually, because I feel like, oh, you genuinely like this person. It feels more genuine to me when you've dated somebody, and then of course you would have natural like dating experiences with them, versus to me hookups feel a lot more like not good intentional wise, or like grimy, or like you just want to hit, like that. It doesn't feel as genuine and sweet or whatever. So I have more jealousy towards that.
Toast, you've never felt this way? Like a girl tells you, hey, like 300 guys.
No, I don't think so. I also don't pry too much. It's like I don't ask questions like that or compare myself to her previous partners, because I know I'm a catch, Okay, no laughs. I think I'm relatively confident in the way I treat my partner, that I don't. Also, I've dated like, I would say, pretty incredible people that have never made me feel like, ooh, they aren't, they're thinking about their ex-boyfriends. And in the very few instances where it felt like they were thinking fondly about an ex, it's like, well, I mean, I'm sure their past boyfriends treated them well, had good traits as well. It's like they're not always going to be evil demons, right? They're just going to be like guys who had great traits and guy who had bad traits just like me. So I wouldn't say I am ever jealous of the guy. Like if I can't get a girl, it's just because, I couldn't get her. Then it wasn't going to work out anyway. Like being jealous of the guy kind of serves no purpose.
Yeah, I think for me, the more upsetting part would be like them not being able to make me feel better about the retroactive jealousy. Like I know myself that that's not like reasonable. So that I already feel bad for feeling that way. And then if you make me feel bad on top of feeling that way.
I do have funny interactions like with my partner. If I say something, oh, remember that time we went to this restaurant, but it wasn't with her. It was with someone else.
Oh my
God. She says something like, oh, sorry, I don't remember. Must have been with your other girlfriends. I think, that's a funny way to put it. I did that once. I got upset once though. I remember this. Because it's like my first relationship. And she's like, hey, let's go back to Disneyland. And we've never been to Disneyland. So I know she's not talking about me. And I remember getting upset. It's like, and it's
Well,
Not-
Disneyland's a pretty like notable experience.
As
so
you should,
I would
yeah.
I would feel a little upset.
Same.
too.
I'd be pissed.
But at the same time, it's like, oh, it's just a honest mistake, right? But I think I reacted pretty poorly because it's more like, how could you confuse our love
versus I feel bad.
with a different love, right? It on some level, it's just like, it's a mistake. Like, people say the wrong thing. It's not as bad as saying someone else's name in bed, right? That would be like, oh, big mistake.
I did that before, not in bed, but like it would not in bed, but like I have called this guy I was seeing my ex's name before. I
How'd
never
it go?
thought it happened to me.
How was it?
Thankfully, he didn't care that, or like he may have, but like he was not pressed about it to me.
I'd probably go quiet for like a good 15 minutes or nonchalant. Guys, when they're upset, they become so nonchalant or whatever.
You know what? I commend him for that. He took it pretty well. Like, I would be upset.
Was this early on in the relationship?
It was kind of early, yeah.
Early on, I'll take anything. You can say the worst thing. It's like, hey, don't worry.
Really?
I think early on, if you really like the girl, the leniency is really high.
Yeah,
Like, I'm not gonna fuck this up just because she called me the wrong name.
Well, I also had like a pair of boxers that was from the last guy, and then I was like, because he showered or something. I was like, oh, like, is this yours? Like, did you leave this here? And he's like, that's not mine. And I was like, oh.
Is this back to back?
Well, no, there's like time in between. For sure. But he understood because I had been in other long-term relationships. So like I must have had something from like a long time ago, right? These are not like hookups that I'm having boxers of. Yeah. They're like old ex-boyfriends I've dated forever.
Yeah. I went over to a girl's place once and there was a used condom wrapper.
Oh my God.
And it's like, well, it's fine because, you know, you've dated other people and I've had experience. But when you see it, it's like,
Yeah.
funny enough, I didn't make a big deal about that.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I mean, it is what it is.
How long were you guys seeing each other?
This person, it was like a year into our relationship. But we were at a place where I know she hasn't stayed there for a while.
Hasn't stayed there for a while?
Yeah, it was like her family's place.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that. I'm like, ooh,
Oh,
it's fine. It's fine.
Was she mortified? Was she
was a little embarrassed.
I feel like I would
but-
be mortified a little
Yeah.
I feel like I would pry and be like, was this today?
Yeah.
Was this yesterday?
bit.
Like, let me know. Now I gotta check the phone. Yeah, what the heck?
Yeah, but I generally find myself to not be a very like jealous guy.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm surprised.
I went on a date like over the last year, and you know, this woman was pretty open, and she was talking about like her very recent, you know, activities with other guys that happened like a week ago. And I'm like, oh, that's cool.
I think that's different though, because you don't it was a first date.
It was like a second date.
Yeah, I think like if I were to go on a second date with a guy that I just met, I didn't know that much in, I do not care. But once I like you, I might backtrack. And I might be like,
you're my first.
excuse me? What, you were seeing somebody a week before we met?
Yeah, the more you like someone, the more you would.
You care,
Yeah.
but when you don't like them yet, you don't care. So
I think guys are taught to be not jealous because guys often are jealous. So you're like, okay, I don't want to be jealous. So I'm going to act cool. But the thing is, I've heard this from girls. Girls like it when their guys are a little jealous as well.
I do.
It's very confusing. You understand?
Hey, no, I know. Hey, listen, you want like a fun tug of jealousy, not like a full blown. Like they're gonna start controlling you, or they're really aggressive, or they yell at you. It's kind of like,
Yeah, you know, I get it. It's like you want them to be a little possessive, but not enough to control your life.
yeah, like a little bit of possessiveness is attractive or it's hot. But
It shows
just
that they
not-
care.
Exactly. Like I remember, I don't think people are cute that often, and then I saw this like one DJ thing in Korea, and then like we went to this event, and this like guy was playing, the artist actually was like DJing and stuff. And then he has a very popular song. And then the guy that I was seeing like knew that or heard that, and then he's like, he used to like that song too. He skipped it every time now, and I thought I laugh at it, like we laugh at it, but like I just thought that was cute or it's funny.
Yeah, I have similar experience because we started knowing like artists and stuff, and there are times I would hear something about an artist from a real life friend who had a real life interaction. It's like, oh, I need to take this person off my playlist. Yeah. Like the guy who murdered his girlfriend.
Oh.
Yeah, can't listen to that anymore. Allegedly.
Oh, sorry. One sec.
Have you guys noticed this? You guys familiar with this? I'm starting just like an airline stand-up joke. You guys know about this? You guys hear about this?
Yeah, and then they're always like, this one time, like I blah blah blah, and then they go on this whole spiel. And
it's funny you say that because do you know this one time we go out and hang out and people in friend groups. How many people are on their phones at a given time?
Pretty often, but I've learned that there are some people that will always be on their phones more than others. Peter's an example of this. Yeah, like Peter
Park TV.
Yes, like he's on his phone a lot, but he still like hears us when he's on his phone sometimes, and he likes playing gacha games. He's like doing stuff, so like I actually don't mind. I think I've gotten like accustomed to it, and I don't think he's like being disrespectful. Like Peter's great, so I don't feel bad when he's on his phone.
All right, let's rank all of our friends based on how often they are on their phone at hangout sessions where it's very intentional, or at dinner. I think that's a great example. I unfortunately will put myself in S tier near the top. I'm quite often on my phone and I notice it a lot, and I
try not to do it.
No, I still do it, but I'm just aware I have a social media phone addiction, and it's got me in its vices over the last few months. Shoot. Yvonne, get off your phone. We're having a podcast right now.
I ordered it to my apartment, not here.
Yvonne is ordering skincare for herself.
No,
right
I'm
now.
not. I'm literally ordering stuff for the Patreon. He's trying to cancel order. Oh, update delivery instruction. No, cancel order.
As you can see, Yvonne is absolutely glued to her phone. How do you feel when people are on their phone at a hangout session?
Yeah, I do feel a way about it at times.
Like if you're on let's say you're on a date.
Oh,
and this isn't the first date. This is, I would say, date 3. And there's a moment of like just relaxation, and the guy just goes on his phone and starts, I don't know.
I think that's fine as long as he says like, sorry, I was just doing, like if he says why after.
Yeah.
If he just like goes on after that, I would just, I would not like that.
What would you say? What do you think? Will you bring it up?
I would bring it up if it happened like consistently.
All right. It happened twice in the same date.
In the same date? Then no. I would go on a third date, and if it happens again and again, it depends on how much I like the person. If I like them enough to say something, then I will. And if I don't, then I will just not stop seeing them.
How would you bring it up?
I would just say like, hey, I would appreciate or I really like if you're not on your phone as much. Sometimes I feel like I'm saying something and then you're not like paying attention, or like I feel like I can't really engage with you because you're on it. But if you also have a really hard time doing that, you can let me know.
That sounds so ominous. You can let me know. Yeah,
you can say like, I don't want to be on my phone less. I'm giving them the option.
And if they say that, then it's...
Then I'm like, okay. Then I can't change. I'm not going to stop you. I'm not going to change you. But just that's not something that I like. So then naturally I will like you less. Like that's just personal preference, boundaries, all these things.
Is that how you would bring it up?
Yeah,
I think so. Intense. I would appreciate it if you can.
That's intense?
That's intense.
Really?
Yeah.
What's casual?
Hey, what you checking on there, buddy?
I if I made it joke, that's a good method. Like you joke about it. It's like, hey, you got a lot going on over there. If I said it like that, I think, but I also worry that they're gonna take that the wrong way. But I think that's a fun way to do it. More fun way to do it.
I've done it on a date once, and the girl pointed it out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I, in my head, well, I'm a streamer. I'm chronically online, but then I think to myself, I don't need to check my phone all the time, which I do. And I know I do it at hangout sessions a lot. Like if there's 4 people,
Mm-hmm.
to me, that's like, oh, I get to not actively engage anymore.
I think that's different a little bit. I think it's like when you're in the smaller setting you are, the worse it is to be on your phone. And I've noticed I do this. Like I've hung out with Leslie before, and I now recognize it afterwards. I'll be like, oh my God, I shouldn't have pulled out my phone. But like we'll be hanging out and she'll say something, and it feels like it's ADHD almost, of like, oh, I just like am doing something just to do it. And then like I also do this thing where like when I start getting tired, then like I would want to go on my phone because it like stimulates me a little bit.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
It's like social media addiction.
Yeah. So I feel bad after, and I like,
did she say something?
No, but she'll go on her phone when I go on my phone. So I know that like she'll pause and then she'll go on her phone. I'll be like, and then when I see that, oh, I shouldn't have like, I like think that in my head, you know? But I'm usually pretty good about not being on my phone, but like the closer sometimes I am to you, then I would like I wouldn't do it in the middle of a lunch with somebody and then all of that I don't know that well, because for some reason I'm more, I think, focused on like having a smooth conversation. So that almost like turns the rigs in my brain to focus on that, because I have to like focus to try to have natural conversation that's not awkward. Versus with friends, you know, we go on this so easily because we're so comfortable.
I think the closer, like if me, you, Scar, and Lily are hanging out, I will say there are times where all 4 of us are just on our phone.
Non-verbal.
Yeah, non-verbal.
We did this yesterday. We literally did this yesterday here, like on there after our pod, just silence, scrolling the phone. And then you go, I'm going to poop. Yeah.
We were done filming a podcast last week. And me and Yvonne sat here after we filmed and Chelsea left. And we sat in these 2 chairs for a good 45 minutes. And Sydney came in and was like, what are you guys doing? Are you guys still filming while you're just sitting here?
Yeah.
Also, you guys, I'm pretty sure did this in the dark because I turned off all the lights.
Yeah. Chelsea like, you want the lights closed? Yeah, it's too bright. Yeah. So we just sat here in the dark, both on our phone, not talking to each other. And I also think it's a generational thing and also a comfortability thing. Like people like Sydney and Jody, when I hang out with them, they're super like present and listen and engage, and don't notice it like if someone is not engaged, and often that person is me. The first time I got called out for it, funnily enough, was by Valkyrie, because Ray knows a lot of people I've dated. She's friends with them. So she knows that one of the frequent complaints my partners, all of them, have had is, yeah, those guy's always on his phone. He's not paying attention to me. And the way she said it was, because we were hanging out in Japan, and Ray also has she checks Twitter a lot. And I looked over and said, oh, checking Twitter, huh, Ray? Yeah, just like how you're always checking Reddit. I'm like, how do you know that? Yeah. Because we don't hang out enough for you to know I'm always on Reddit, and which I am. And she's like, someone probably complained to her how often I'm on social media. And after that, I'm always aware, but yet I still go down this rabbit hole. I don't know how to kick it. The only times I was able to get off social media is in mega depression lock-in mode, where I'm like, okay, what really matters in my life? Family, friends, and health. Why am I checking social media? And the moment I get complacent, it's like, let's see what's on Twitter, TikTok. And it's a slippery hill, because now in between the moment of silence, when I brush my teeth or shower, I need to put music on or a YouTube video in the background. It's maximum, like, I need something engaged. There's even an invention people have. It's like you put your phone in a Ziploc bag.
Yeah, I saw that.
And that's apparently like a thing.
Yeah.
Because people just don't want a moment of silence. It's like, I need something going on all the time.
Yeah. I mean, like, I love putting on music when I shower, and I like putting on music when I get ready. Sometimes when I brush my teeth too, because it's like, it feels like it makes the non-fun activity more like just better. But I have you just reminded me that I did have like this phone issue also with like a person that I was dating before. And I remember I was upset because like we in the very beginning, like we didn't get to hang out that often. And so the times that we did, and then he was just like nonverbal on his phone for a bit. And I brought that up to him afterwards. And then he got upset that I brought that, or that I was upset, I guess. I don't know. It's like that happens when someone gets upset because you're upset for whatever reason, right?
Yeah.
It's very common. And that made me more upset. But and then afterwards, he actually was like, yeah, we argued about it and stuff, but then right after he put a limit on everything on his phone. So like he wouldn't do that. It's kind of like I said something, he took it to the extreme. But like, I mean, the gesture was nice. I just didn't need it to go there. It's just kind of like, just go on your phone a bit less, right? And then there was a point in time where he said that I was on my phone too much. And it was tough because I like winding down with like TikTok and stuff, and also TikTok or social media is very relevant to my work. Like I should check on it. I should like not be so ignorant of what's going on, or like it's good to be tapped in, right?
Do you believe that?
I do. I genuinely do. I do think that there's a lot of benefits to, because like if your work is social media, you should see like what's trending. You should see what people are talking about, and like it's just you have to have a good balance, I guess. Like if you're with somebody at the same time, you can't be on your phone all the time. Yeah. I just don't think me personally, I don't think I was on it that much, but maybe he felt that way. So I don't know how it resolved. It just like magically resolved. Either he just like accepted it, or I also went on my phone less.
I don't think I've ever, 99% of the time, anything I see, something on Twitter or Reddit, it has not benefited me in my career. Because as online content creator, it does make sense. But the only time it helped was at the very beginning, for Hearthstone. It's a video game, and being tapped into what people are saying, what the jokes are, so I can make similar jokes or comment on it. That was very helpful. But nowadays, I find that a lot of the content being fed to me are not helpful in my career. So a lot of politics, a lot of streamer drama. And I really think to myself, like, am I better for knowing this? And most times it's not. Most times it actually gets me thinking in a pretty negative headspace, or like, oh, there's drama going on. And if it doesn't relate to me, it's like, how do I make this about me? Which is one thing I think, is a problem in the streamer spaces. There's drama happening, and a lot of people who aren't involved will jump in and like, okay, how do I make this about me? So it's never been helpful. The only time it's been helpful is like there's a popular game going on and everyone's talking about it on social media. Maybe I wouldn't have heard of it if I wasn't online. But truthfully, I can't even justify saying it's my job.
I see.
Because like it's not helpful.
Maybe it's different.
More negative.
I find that I have learned like the more Gen Z or even like younger than that lingo through like seeing a lot of like through scrolling, or I guess for me, like I get a lot of like baking and cooking TikToks. So that helps me in terms of like streaming and stuff, or content. And then
a question, how does the Gen Z lingo help you?
Cause then it's like I knew 6'7" before you told me.
Has that helped you?
It's just, what people just meme it. And you could choose to meme it. Like if I wanted to, I could choose to meme it. Haha, like whatever. But like I don't, because I'm like, I don't know. I feel like it's cringe if I do it. Like you don't say it all the time, but you could slip it in here and there because you're absorbing the lingo, right? And that helps you keep up with some of like the modern, I don't know. You don't have to sit there when somebody says something and you're like, what does that mean? When you're surrounded by social media that has so many like young kids talking.
Hey everyone, thank you all so much for watching. I learned a lot about women and their preferences, and I feel like I learned nothing at all. It's a never-ending journey when it comes to understanding the female psyche as a man. So tune in next week as we delve deeper into it. As usual, Patreon subscribers, you can tune in to our Patreon segment that will be released on patreon.com/we were fighting before this. Is that our URL? That's really long. I'm sorry you have to type it all out, but I appreciate it.
There's a link probably in the description.
Yeah, it is patreon.com/wearefun.
Well, thank you for typing all of that, and we'll see you all next week.
Bye. Chelsea's late. Chelsea's late. It's this time Chelsea's late.
I was
She said, "Oh, she said, hey."
Oh my gosh. No, I was uploading all the files.
Is this a toxic work environment? You're late. 1 minute. 1 minute.